Hi, I'm Reba Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode From the Wings with our beautiful co-host, Rebecca Leland.
Hello, Reba.
Hey.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas.
I can't believe it.
Do you know how many subscribers we got just this last year?
I don't.
191.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like doubled.
Isn't it crazy?
Wow, thank you guys.
So thank you so much for spreading the word about our channel, and we hope we're giving you content that interests you. And so we thought it would be interesting to talk a little bit about what our favorite episode was this year, and maybe some of the things that we have learned about theater or about life in general over this year. And we want to know what you think. What was your favorite episode? And maybe we'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, what do you want to see more of? Because we have 52 episodes in 2024.
Just this year. And I bet you guys haven't seen all of them. What do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first with what your second
all-time favorite?
Yes.
I think it's funny. It was, I think, the dancing videos. So the ones that we got Reba to dance in. It's fun to see you as a director, Reba, and then it's so much fun to see you as a choreographed Reba.
Right now, Rebecca is dancing her heart out because we're getting ready to do Joseph, and she's going to be in that.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty amazing thing to watch her energy and everything that she has. I found that very stressful, as you know. Because I can't learn fast. And so I feel like if I had learned it and then had been able to take it over and for like a half an hour and just repeat it over and over and over to myself, that then my mind would have connected. Even though I'm not a dancer, I wish that I was a dancer because I feel like it's so good for your heart and exercise. I actually looked at that episode and thought, oh, I wonder if it's my top 2, but then I passed it.
Okay. So, all right. So then what is your top?
So my second one is discovering the Stella Adler acting method. And it is, by the way, I think our number 1 top video this year. But I think that I liked it because it went back to the roots of why we got started a little bit. And even though I love the other things that we're talking about, every once in a while it's a little fun to give you something that has a little bit more meat to it, so that it's a little bit more educational and you can apply to whatever your theater journey is.
And it was so applicable. It was so, like, I loved listening to it. And even, like, it'd be fun maybe in the future to, and, like, let us know if this would be interesting to you, go through maybe some of the other acting strategies that are out there, other books that people have written that are like, oh, this is a different strategy. We did Stella Adler because that's who you
Because that's the acting method that I like.
Yes. So that might be interesting.
It was interesting that I did take a little bit of grief with comments where people were like, why are you taking, it's like you're, the only reason she's anybody is because she learned with this person or she was a contemporary of that. And I was like, people, you don't have to.
I know.
What is that?
Let it be.
What is that? Shade? Is that the phrase?
Throw shade?
You don't have to throw some shade. You don't need to do that. Yes. So then go to your top one.
So my top one is actually one of our underplayed, but I loved it so much. So I really, really would encourage you to go see it. It's If You Failed to Plan. My friend actually just recently asked me what my favorite holiday is. And honestly, my favorite holiday is New Year's. Oh. We love Christmas. We love to remember Christ and what he's done. But I love New Year's because I love looking back and being introspective and looking back on what God has done. I'm a reflector. Because I need time to process, I think, and to process what the Lord has done. And then, like, what he's going to do in the next year. Yeah. So I love New Year's. And I love that I have my calendar now that I can look back on and then plan my future forward. And even being in a show, it was super helpful to have that episode to be like, okay, I'm writing down all my conflicts. I'm writing down all my rehearsal.
Time to get from
my home to rehearsal.
I think that I felt like that was your number 1 takeaway. I was like, oh, yay. I'm always so happy when I get to help
such a happy planner.
So I'm a happy planner, yes.
So what about you? What is your top favorite?
My top favorite is the one about cast meetings. And I think because that's so important to me. Yeah. Like, I love it when I can get the cast together and it's not just, okay, we're done. We're just going to go over the rules and we go. But I like to try to tell motivational stories.
Yeah.
And so I think in that episode, we really broke down why it was so important to me and why I felt like it was important for the cast to realize that. And reflecting back, this play, right now somebody else is directing it. The other day, she wasn't going to be here. And so I had such a fun time like planning what it was that I was going to say.
I love that.
And because I wasn't telling the same story over and over again.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's just I'm a guest star here in this cast meeting. And it was so nice. And it was so interesting to like watch the people's faces and think, are they thinking, because now they haven't worked with me before, right? And so it's not like, okay, we've been doing this for 30 days already, this is new. And it's so interesting to watch their faces and think, okay, this person does not get me. Or this person is like, oh, this is really nice.
It's such an amazing opportunity for not only believers coming from all different churches throughout Chicagoland to come together. We believe in God. We may worship differently, but we can come together as believers, but also a non-believer who maybe has never sat in a room with other believers like we get to do every Sunday, but they get to be exposed to not only Christian people, but Christ himself.
It has been so fun for us to start to meet some of you guys. When we started, a lot of you were just our friends. And now we had strangers who have become our friends, which is so fun. And even some of our younger audiences have started following us. And we're so excited about that because we want you to also have the benefit to learn from some of the different things that we're talking about on here and form your opinions early about things.
Yeah. And like truly let us know, make it interactive. If you're like, oh, there's a show I thought about, or I wonder what she thinks about this show or that show, or would she ever do that show? Or any questions about theater, any questions about acting, directing.
We want to be your resource.
Yeah, comment down below.
That with me? Yeah,
we want to be your resource. But we really want to hear you, especially coming up in 2025.
Yeah.
We have some fun.
We have so many things planned for 2025, yeah?
Yes.
I just got an announcement from Broadway World about a new show that is going to be in downtown Chicago that I missed on Broadway that I want to make sure that we go see. And because it's one that I really wanted to see on Broadway and then it closed too early. So I think we need a date
And we're
to
not
go
telling us
down
what it
there.
is?
No, we're not going to tell you. You can find out later.
Done.
But then there's some new shows that are getting ready to open on Broadway that I definitely think we need some kind of trip planned there. We at some time want to go to Sight and Sound in Branson.
Yeah.
And then...
Are we going to say it?
Should we? We are going to get on a plane and go somewhere across an ocean.
From the Wings is flying international, Lord willing, in 2025.
Yes.
So
we are going to see a world premiere at a theater someplace in another country.
So you're going to want to stick around. You're going to want to subscribe. You're going to want to tell your friends to subscribe as well. Our goal is to double. We doubled in 2024, praise God, and we want to double in 2025.
We hope for you that you have a very, very blessed Christmas time and a happy new year. Do a little planning, do a little reflective thinking, watch a good movie on television, and God's got you, okay? Amen. I hope that you give him the glory and the credit that he deserves and that he's part of your life.
And until next time, it's just me
and me
wishing you a Merry Christmas from the Wings.
Because I thought you were going to talk about Oompa Loompas, because you had talked about that.
Auditions to Stardom. That was about the TV show that you got me on.
The
Cheerleaders. The Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Yes. Looking back at all the places we went to New York twice. We went to DC. We went to Boston. We went to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But that's like 5 different states.
I know. We traveled a lot.
Incredible. Like so much fun. And that's the people that we got to see this year. Yes. We got to see Kristen Chenoweth. We got to see, obviously,
Sutton Foster. How'd you know that I was going to want to say that?
I know, because I knew. We got to see Jeremy Jordan live.
Jordan, he was so incredible.
Oh, my word. I had someone talk about Door County and those 2 theaters, and they thought it was so interesting. Like, what a fun insight into theaters that they had never really heard of. And I said, I hadn't either.
I love that.
Kind of fun.
Look at you guys liking what we're doing.
I know.